I read in the paper this morning that the Nine board, which has faced a lot of scrutiny and challenges in recent times, particularly with the resignation of Peter Costello, the chair, I read this morning that they've assembled a sort of recruitment committee to look at the makeup of the board and to potentially appoint two new board members and to bring in that succession planning. It raises, though, an interesting sort of question. When should we have been planning for succession and having the backup plans in place? And, it's a topic that's really close to my heart because I'm not seeing enough boards really getting on the front foot where board succession planning is concerned and not having the backup talent pools. And one of the key ways that you can do this effectively is to think about bringing in independent individuals into your committees. So your committees are really crucial because that's where a lot of the board papers are often developed. It's where a lot of the hard work is done. And it's often where you need that independent expertise coming into that mindset and feeding back up to the board. And it's an incredible way to test out talent, to build up talent for the boardroom. And if you are working your committees and your advisory boards in the right way, that is one effective way to have some succession planning in place for the board of directors. And keep in mind, increasingly, we're seeing a fair bit of volatility in the board director market. Just in recent times, I've had a lot of people resign because of health issues. And so, you've got a sort of scenario where you do always have to have a plan B. And it's not always appropriate, I don't think, to be going to market and sort of searching for talent. You really should have that talent pool on your books well before you actually need it. And I know a lot of my more modern clients are, when they recruit for board members, they're using it as an opportunity to build out their talent pool for the future, for future appointments as well. And that can include advisory boards and committee boards, committee sort of structures. So there's definitely a need to be, having the plan A and plan B in place. And I think as board members, you should almost be constantly looking for your replacement and looking for alternative individuals. And at some point in time, even if your board is sort of relatively stable, even during that year, you should at the very least have, your skill matrix in place, and you should have a second row, if you like, of talent that could be called upon in an emergency or eventually could be used as potential replacements. So it's getting that succession planning right and incorporating that into what is often a very busy agenda of a lot of things to think about. But it's important that succession planning is given some priority here, and it's something that's on the mind of the chair and the nomination committees and all the board members, so that you're never caught off guard, because the reality is you really can't afford to have missing board members for a period of time. So it'll be interesting to see how the board refreshment goes at 9. That's certainly a high profile one to watch, but I think you're going to see a lot of succession planning start to creep in over the next 12 months to 18 months, because I think there's going to be a need to have that second row of talent ready to go to support the boards as they go forward.